Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Valheim Mistlands. Now last time we left off we had already built our nice little shelter. We placed a roof. I did notice however it was the wrong way round. So as you see I have rotated it 90 degrees and it also from the outside it creates like a nice smooth effect even with our porch. And as you see, we've got some room up until around about here, I'd say, to be able to extend our property once we get to that point where we need it. As for right now, let's place down a few bits and pieces that we are going to need. Yep, we got one outside, but we can put one of these in here anyway. We will obviously need some storage. For now we'll just place down a few boxes just to be able to put some of our gear in, which actually we can do now. I'd recommend maybe doing something like this, putting like your basic building materials in one box. Yeah, I'll put the seeds in here as well. Switch those around. Normally I would say like put your other materials in another box and maybe your trophies in yet another, and then have one box for your cooking. As a first port of call I would recommend the flint spear. The flint spear is a great item. If you've seen my little short, you can use it to jab at your enemies quite quickly and do quite a lot of immense amounts of damage. It's good for like when you're fighting in closed spaces and you got like you want to attack something through a door. And you can also, with the middle mouse button, you can throw the spear like a javelin. So for that, as you can see here, we need 5 wood, 10 flint and 2 leather scraps. Well, I think we're already on our way for some of this. Right. So in leather scraps, if you press shift and left click on it, it brings up a split stack screen. Try saying that 10 times fast when you're drunk. Now if you use the left and right mouse buttons, you can control how many items you want. You can also use the mouse to click wherever you need it as well. For this one, as it said, we need 2 of those. We need a lot more flint, and my memory is terrible with these sort of things. We need 5 wood. Okay. Sod it, we'll just grab that stack. Alright, let's go and find ourselves a little flint. Oh, look at that, right out of the front door. Sometimes it's useful to find places which are resource rich. Saves you having to run a mile just to be able to find stuff. And when you're out of render range for a while, you will slowly but surely get some of these things reappearing. Flint is no exception to this rule. Okay, having the spear will be great this early on in the game because we will be able to start hunting boar, things like that, as well as hunting deer. It will take some time to get used to using a spear because of the if you're like me, you'll probably end up throwing it over their head straight into the ocean or something like that. Hence why it's a good idea to start learning how to swim. Yeah, that'll do nicely for now. Alright, here's our first practice target. Crouch down using control to sneak. High sneak skill, the closer you'll be able to get to these guys. You're going to need to aim above. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get this guy. Nope. Just shy. See if we can get him on the move. Nah, no luck. No. Oh, there it is. These guys will come back if we are low and quiet for, they will eventually come back this way. And hopefully we'll be able to nab ourselves a deer and start getting a few more bits of skin. I know we need some more leather scraps because we need to create some more rag and things like this. However, saying that, now we have our spear. If we start hunting more deer, for example, we could also then be able to get leather armor. However, on the other side of the coin, you also need leather scraps to be able to create a crude bow. With a crude bow, we'll be, or at least I will be, a heck of a lot more accurate. And these deer don't seem to be wanting to come back anytime soon. Alright, let's try that one the other side of the, well, this body of water. And as my luck would have it, it's gone. Brilliant. Alright. Oh, behind the tree. Okay. Brilliant. Well, let's keep on using our sneak skill. Train it up as we go along. If you stop, obviously your stamina's going to recharge. Yeah, the other reason why we'd need the bow, you saw the seagull. Like I said earlier, great source of feathers. You are going to need lots and lots and lots and lots of them. So you grab a few resources as we go. Has that deer returned? Yes, it has. Alright. It's probably been easier if I'd actually nabbed some food before I left the house. Alright, let's try that again. A little bit higher this time. See if we can actually... Yay! Oh, and a deer trophy too. Yeah, great. We're going to need those anyway for when we go up against Eikthyr. With the bosses, you need certain items to summon them. With Eikthyr, it just so happens to be the deer trophies. Yeah. We won't be able to get there anytime soon. Alright. Oh, if we just kept on going, we would have found this wooden hut. It's, well, tower, more accurately. Like I always do, I'm going to use the house. WH for wooden hut. Like I said, I know it's a tower, but I've got to the point now where I've got used to putting WH whenever I find a wooden hut. And when it's stone, ST for stone tower. Aha, boar. See that jabbing speed? You know, he wasn't even able to react, and we took him down. We are going to need a ton of boar to be able to build the bow. If I remember correctly, it's something like 8 leather scraps, and if I've got 1 at the moment in the store, I'll probably be wrong on that. Then yeah, we'll be able to need another 6 now. Okay, some raspberry bushes, always good for early on in the game. So once we can get its counterpart in the Black Forest, the blueberries, we can then create what's called Queen's Jam, which is quite a nice food source. And we will get to food sources in the next video. Another wooden hut. Sometimes in these wooden huts you may find chests which will obviously contain a little bit of loot here and there. But in the main, okay, you have to go around those trees. In the main, the wooden huts also contain other loots. Nice big oak tree here. I would recommend that being something you mark down. Personally, I like to keep the oak trees in play for as long as I can and rely on other wood sources. Because once we do get into things like the Black Forest and things like that, we're going to start upgrading our gear, and we'll be able to take on like the birch trees and the pine trees. Yeah, pine trees, which give us the what's called core wood, also known as round log. If you're ever going to use the creative mode. Is that a boar there? Yes, it is. 2 boar. Oh, look at that. Stunned him with that jab, but he stopped running at me immediately. Okay. Knock down our oak. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Maybe a little bit of coffee will help. Now, I'm of the opinion this little tower here is meant to be some sort of like lookout. Possibly even used for hunting. Something like that. Yeah, I was going this way. Alright, it is getting dark and harder to see. One of the other things I will also point out is you've got to be really careful on some of these maps. You can have multiple biomes, as they're called, on one single landmass. I've encountered one such location where I had 3 biomes on the one landmass. There have been rumours of having 5 biomes on one landmass. Right, these woods are getting denser. I'm just wondering whether we're about to hit Black Forest here. If we are, I am not going any further into the Black Forest. Yeah, that tree there screams Black Forest. Yeah, that's a fir. Oh, hello. I've ticked off the locals. Let's head away from there. Over the log. And preferably far, far away. Oh wow, look at this. A village. Oh. I said to you in another episode, sometimes you do get skeletons. These guys are nasty. And at this stage, if you can stun them and back off, great, but keep backing off so that they can't land a single swing at you. And be aware of your environment too. Don't want to do what I did one time, got backed up into a wall. And the skeleton finished me off quickly. Hey! Now that was more luck than design. You know, the YouTube gods have smiled on me. And allowed me to finish it off. Right, we found ourselves a village. Next episode, we will loot it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.